in a true racing environment, not just in a 13% lobby or something like that, but at a racing in anger sort of situation.
Real quick, Harvick, share your audio. Apparently they
Yes.
can't hear you.
Yeah, I just got that, and I hope everybody switches on over. The viewers, literally, I have storms going through. Go figure that on the night I'm having a podcast and everything. And I just lost for just a split second. I lost I lagged out, so to speak, so I had to restart the broadcast really quick. So hopefully everybody comes back. But either way, everybody will be watching. Sorry about that, guys. Coming on the back end of the show, I lost that network connection just for a second, but that's all it takes. But yeah, Pyle, if you can go ahead and share that. Now, happy man, congratulations on getting the championship this past season.
Appreciate
Um, getting this, man, and I had the pleasure of driving with you, man, and I had a blast, man, and so like we were talking about, as the structure here, Canoe said like so every man for himself, kind of. That. So is there still teams with Gearhead, or is it literally every man for himself?
it.
The
It's literally
old-fashioned way.
it's the old-fashioned way. Literally every man for himself.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to have people that's going to somewhat make their own little teams. You'll have your people that you'll work with. I've actually already got a couple people in mind that that I'm going to work with. You know, but
Right.
that's just how it's going to be. But other than that, it's every man for himself.
Man, that's gonna be sick. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, but half of our group is going to be new pretty much. The other half is the group that we struggled a little bit this past season, went through some stuff, and we lost some guys, but we're building it back. And right now we're going pretty good.
Uh,
You know, we got a couple people we still got to get some track time stuff like that and see how they work out. But I mean, it's the other half of the guys with some of the racing we was putting on that Homestead race, door to door race. I mean, that was the greatest race we had all season. There was a couple of instances that happened there, but as far as the overall racing, I mean, it was the best race of the season.
Now, real quick, who are some of the drivers that you have this year in the Cup season? Who's? I mean, if off the top of your head, if you, I know sometimes I get things so I can't even remember things that I did 5 minutes ago. Who are some of the drivers that you have this season in Gearhead?
I mean, for the Cup roster, we've got U.S. Trek Enterprise, Old Man Nesta, myself, Boss Dog, Visceral Killer, Beezy Booth, Harvick 29, Wesley R. We got Gladbump, Forensic, Biker, Ranzak, Filski, Canute, Storm 57, Mav U2, Mikey Dan is the man. And then we got Drip, Raider Mike, Icy, and Jim Milton.
Oh man, that's a heck of a lineup. Heck of a
That's a
lineup.
long list.
So Visceral is able to come back this season.
If he's able to race, as long as he's got all his personal stuff wrapped up, he's more than welcome to come back. He signed up for a number, so
I mean, I know I was talking to Trip, and he has been. We're gonna get him on the show here very soon. He's been itching to get on the show. And I would have been a perfect nut time to bring him on. We're kind of the schedule's kind of being a little flipped around because with the audio and the technical
Yeah.
difficulty with Chase. So, hey, we go
It happens.
we fly by the seat, but you know
That's right.
how it is.
Improvise.
Improvise. Well, so in Gearhead, is it set up to where that Cup guys are able to run in the Xfinity and trucks, or is that a whole separate roster in itself?
We do not have Xfinity in trucks this year. We shifted away from that.
Okay, okay,
Actually, originally what we was going to do is when the next gen DLC come out, we was going to do a custom setup league with the next gen and a slider setup league with the next gen. But I mean, we got like 7 people that wanted to drive customs,
okay.
so we scratched that idea and went to a custom truck series. And
Nice.
and then after Mikey was on for that bash and everything, he gave Gearheads a little plug. I mean, our numbers just blew up.
Hey, good.
What
It's
what
great.
makes the custom part so difficult about that is, I mean, everybody knows at this point, you have to be able to adjust your setup in the 2020 cars to make it work with the 2022 cars. And not a lot of people have the time to be able to hop online together, um, and make their cars work. You can't do it in race now or in test mode like you could, before this update, and it's just
It eliminates any practicing by yourself.
yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
So you won't be able to hide anything up your sleeve. It's basically all out in the open. But it would have been nice if it would have worked. But yeah, we're gonna make this slider cup series and the custom truck thing work out. I'm excited for it.
But I'm gonna tell you, man, the way these next gen cars run with the sliders, I think that slider league would be way more fun than a custom setup league is going to be, anyways, because you can't utilize all 5 gears in the custom league, and it just makes it fun when you're out there shifting and driving it. And I just enjoy driving them next gen cars.
Yeah, and when I saw the advertisement, the promotion that you guys switched and decided to do the custom trucks on a Friday night, I straight up I started kicking myself, um, because I got I don't know how the heck it happened, but I got drafted over at Cobra. I threw my I was they reached out and they said, hey, did you want to throw your hat into the ring and Cobra and see if you get drafted? I said, sure, why not? And sure as heck, I got lucky, and Warpig originally drafted me over there in Cobra for the Friday nights. Now they got some news on them later on in the show, but they switched over and they're just started the season over this past Friday. But then, I mean, now as soon as that started and I committed into that, then you guys came out with the trucks, and I love the trucks, man. I love the custom trucks, man. They're so much fun, and I was like, son of a, oh, man, dadgummit.
Yeah, I tried to do a custom truck league probably close to a year ago, and between just a couple of things, didn't have a lot of time to put into it and stuff like that. But it didn't take off. But I've been wanting to do custom trucks for a while,
uh,
so it was a good opportunity to jump on it. And they will be starting on July 13th is when our season starts.
July 13th, and that is in 10 days. Yeah, 10 days. Today's Monday the 3rd.
Yep.
So that's going to be in 10 days, man. So, Pyle or I'm sorry, Harvick and Canute, what are your thoughts? How are you guys feeling about this trucks, this custom trucks?
And it's going to be fun for me too because the first series that I ever ran on Heat 5, I was in a custom truck league. And honestly, if it wasn't for one other guy, I probably would have won like three-quarters of the races. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I mean, I was in a league with a group of guys that had a variety of skill, and I kind of think I may have had my ego blown up a little bit because I felt like I was so good, but then after that league was done and I joined Hammered Down and I'm finishing midfield or worse, I'm like, man, that was the reality check I needed.
Yeah, but it's more of a luck thing what you can do because when it comes to this raw speed, you always right there.
No, I mean, Homestead this last weekend, I feel like that was my best shot to legitimately win. And instead of my kind of stealing the show at Auto Club earlier this last season, but Homestead, I felt like I was one of 5 or 6 guys that legitimately had a shot to win between you and Icy and
Yep.
Death and Drip and Harvick. He was up there a few times as well. And one more, the actual
Dan.
winner, Mikey Dan Man.
Yep, Mikey Dan won.
It was such a tight field that if one of us slipped up, the rest of us were there to kind of kick him to the curb and take over.
Well, I tell you what, Mikey Dan, man, dude, he is really, really good. I enjoy watching him and seeing him race, man. He is like one of the he kind of flying. I mean, not a whole lot of people, I'm not sure, are aware of how good he really is.
Yeah, because he flies under the radar, but the man knows how to build a car. He's fast when he wants to be. You know what I mean? He's always there. A lot of times he'll ride behind you. That's exactly what he did when we was running Homestead. I was leading the race there toward the end. He rode behind me when he could have passed me plenty of times, but he rode behind me 15 laps or so. And then right there at the end, he dove to my inside, which I knew he was going to anyways. But and fuel mileage, he can wear any of us out in fuel mileage and still be just as quick as we are. Well, we got some catching up to do with Mikey Dan. Yep. And bringing in these different attitudes and different ideas and stuff like that, man, it's helped us a lot over the last few weeks. Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you, you kind of mentioned on something now as far as the fuel issue. Now, this has always been a big thing among a lot of leagues, is the fuel thing. There's leagues that have really strict rules and structure as far as the fuel issue. How are you guys setting that up? So people that might be. Go ahead.
What we're going to do this season is during practice sessions, it's going to be determined what pretty much the most laps that most people are getting. If on the average, most people are able to run 21 laps, if that's what it shows on your fuel thing, Whenever you pit, if it shows you can run 21 laps, you're allowed to run up to 22. You can't run more than 22 laps because technically, if it says 21, you're probably only going to run 20.
Right.
So we're allowing you 22. Technically, that's up to 2 laps that you can run extra more than anybody else. Any more than that, we consider that fuel saving.
Okay, now, with this next gen car that has come out. Now, I haven't had a chance to really dive into it the past couple of weeks, putting together the Independence Day Bash and putting a lot of work into that, and along with other stuff that's been going on. I haven't really got into and dove into the kind of the particulars of the next gen car. Now, one thing that I kind of caught wind of actually was as far as the draft issue. Now, are you guys familiar with? I mean, is it there's something? Correct me if I'm wrong. That there is. Like a low draft or a medium draft or something like that with these new cars. Are you guys familiar with that?
I mean, with the game itself, you can change the draft on it, whether you want low, normal, or high.
I think the biggest issue that we're facing with these next gen cars is that when you are behind someone, you can really pull up close to them and you can
Quick.
gain a lot of speed. But immediately when you pull out to make that pass, it's like you hit a wall and you just suddenly stop. Like this car is so aerodynamically just I don't.
And they
It's just
run
so
slower.
weird.
And they're
Yeah.
slower than the 2020 cars, which is how they are in real life. But it just keeps your pack tighter at, like, say, super speedway racing. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how people are with a thing called racecraft. Basically, your driving strategy and how you use the car's strengths and weaknesses to your own advantage. So being able to take advantage of somebody else's poor decision on timing on a pass, that can help you immensely at the finish of the race, and I'm excited to see how this takes us.
And I will tell you, side draft is much more drastic in these next gen cars than it was in the others. I mean, you can visually see somebody slowing down if you get right up on their bumper like that,
Mm-hmm.
side drafting.
Mm-hmm. Because I've also been hearing here and there that the low draft for the next gen car is almost equivalent to the normal draft of the 2020 old car. Have you guys had any? Is that something that you kind of notice as well, or has there been
I
any major difference when you guys, if you have you guys, been playing with that at all?
No, I haven't
Uh,
personally been touching the draft, and I don't think most of us here have either. So
no,
we
we
cannot
all just leave it
confirm.
on normal and kind of roll with it. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we'll check out, but yeah, that's not something that we've tried yet. Another thing we ain't really tried is to see, like with the other game, if you had 4 cars lined up, 3 cars, you didn't have a chance. I don't know if it's really the same way in this game, or if you just get a better push and better run, do you still have a chance with one less car on here? But that'll be stuff you'll find out, with the high line and all that good stuff. Well,
Right.
we've dabbled with it. We just ain't got too much into it.
By dropping your tape?
I've also noticed. I mean, a lot of people complained about the Indianapolis Roval and how that's undrivable with the penalties and whatnot. It is so much worse in the next gen cars. Like, I tried it out one night, and I was hiking up the inside front wheel every corner that I made, and the car wanted to spin itself out, and I just had to rage quit from what I was doing because I just couldn't believe how bad it was. But at all the other road courses, it is so much easier to drive. I just that's why Indianapolis Roval will never be back on the Gearhead racing schedule, at least for sliders.
Nope. Yeah.
Well, so talk about. You mentioned on the schedule for you guys. Now, I'm putting everything down real quick. Okay, so let's kind of review real quick. So you have the Cup Slider leagues, or your Cup Slider series. I'm sorry, your Cup Slider series, 9:30, and that is, you said Friday nights, or no? The trucks were Friday nights, right?
Trucks are Friday nights, and the cup sliders are Thursday nights.
Friday nights and Thursday nights. Sorry, and they're always on 9:30. So I'm just putting it in in my notes so I can put it up. So each week I do a little round of league so I can make sure all the everything is on point. Now, will you guys be broadcasting? Do you guys have Canute? Are you going to be doing any broadcasting for Gearhead, or do you have anybody that's going to be doing a little bit of broadcasting for you guys so people like me can tune in each week?
No, not as of right now. We don't. Honestly, we was concentrating on rebuilding, getting the league back where it needs to be,
Hmm.
where it used to be.
Well, hey, man, that's it,
You
and
know,
that's good because
once we
you,
get the season going, get it steadies out, see how it's going, and we'll work on a stream. Um, myself may even drop out of one league and stream one if I can get somebody to do the other, something. But we will figure it out
right.
within the coming weeks.
Well, hey, I mean, you guys there's several of you guys, that do stream. I wish Drip was here as well because I know Drip stream, and
Yeah,
man,
he
I am.
streams, I stream,
Yeah, I know. I got I always turn
and
into
Canute
you guys.
streams.
And I would, like I said, I wish Drip was here. And of course, hey, vacation, I would do the same.
Yep.
But him coming back. Everybody knows how good he is as a driver, as good as he is a racer. He also runs over at FTR, the Pro Series over at FTR on Sunday nights. Everybody knows how good he is and how fast he is. Now I know he took some time off. Life catches up with everybody, and sometimes you
Absolutely.
got to take some time off for you and for life and family, especially family always comes first more than anything. At the end of the day, this is just a game, but at the end of the day, family is real. But for you guys, is having Drip come back, man, you guys got to be really, really excited and really, really pumped up because I mean, anytime somebody of his caliber, straps into his race car, man, the
Of
competition just
course.
goes sky high.
Of course, man. He's up there door to door with us every week. There's not a race that goes by that you don't see him on your door or in your mirror or right in front of you. Uh, yeah, I mean, we love having Ryan, and hey, we got one of the best graphic guys that's doing this kind of stuff.
On top of
He's
that,
right
with
here
the
in our league. He does all of our driver cards. He's right there. He does anything we need. He goes above and beyond for us.
and on top of what he can do on the racetrack, just his ability to throw a graphic design together, it just looks so phenomenal every time. Like he was gifted with an eye for art. So just we are 150% appreciative of everything that he does.
Hey, he's teaching me the last couple of weeks. I've been bugging him about the apps and stuff he's using and stuff like that. So I've been picking his brain the last week or so.
Yeah, man, he is absolutely, I mean, amazing with those player cards. I mean, he all the graphics and stuff that he does for this show, and I mean the graphics that he did for the Independence Day Bash, and everything. Man, that guy is absolutely amazing
He's
putting
top
all that
notch,
together.
man.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
top
he
notch.
is. Yeah, he is.
And he's just a trip to have in a damn chat. Because you'll be laughing at his ass all night.
All right,
Yeah, he's good people.
most definitely, man. You
So
got
we got
some.
him that does all the artwork. We got Canute that's, like I said, going to run our slider series and stuff, and he's helped a lot with getting chats together and stuff like that. And then we got Biker that also helps us in the commission chat, helps us make decisions and everything. So we'll make sure he knows that we appreciate what he does as well.
And And you guys mentioned the schedule for you guys over at Gearhead that you guys are getting ready to start this new season. What does the schedule kind of look like? You mentioned that the Indy Roval and the issues there with that. Are you guys going to add this new Bristol Dirt thing? Have you guys tested out that?
That's
Actually,
our
that's where we're
all-star
going for
race.
the All Star.
Yep, that's going
Oh,
to be our
okay.
all-star race.
And FYI, the Slider Cup Series schedule and the Custom Truck Series schedule are completely different. Like, I
Yes.
don't think there's a single week where we are running at the same track.
No, that way if we got guys that run both series, you don't kind of get bored at the same track.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick, Pyle, check your setting there, and they still didn't hear you. I don't know if you're on the share. You gotta share your audio. We gotta. They're saying that.
Way to go, Harvey.
Yeah, but yes. For those who just kind of tuning in, DHA Drip, he is on vacation tonight. He is way out in BFE having a good time. He said that he is absolutely I don't he said that he was absolutely fried.
Yeah, he got sunburnt floating down the river today.
Well, I mean, well, I had to ask him because he said that he was gonna, yeah, he said he was gonna try to get some kind of signal. I mean, the guy is amazing with the tech nowadays. So he was trying to figure out so he could be on the show tonight. But that's where Drip is tonight. And of course, when he said earlier that he was fried. I said, well, are you talking about
Yeah,
are you talking about that you got sun, or are you talking about a different fried?
you definitely got to clarify with him.
Oh man, that guy is a blast, man. I love him to death. I miss him. He'll be back on the show next week. That's for sure. But real quick, going back to the schedule and stuff that we were talking about. Now, here's another thing that I've heard out and about as far as the Bristol thing, as far as the driving on it, that it's actually no different than just driving on the really on the Bristol track. That I mean, there's no.
Really.
Well, I am going to disagree with that. Like,
I was to say,
the
I haven't
texture,
drove it yet myself.
Okay,
the,
yeah,
the
go ahead.
texture,
I want to hear
the
this
texture
because
is very, very different from the actual Bristol concrete track. Like, it's still got the decreased amount of banking that matches what it's going to be like in real life, and with the actual copy of dirt from the Eldora dirt track, it feels very much the the same as it does. It feels like it's actual dirt. But it's interesting the different lines that you can take. But it seems like that there is, with most other tracks in Heat 5, one genuinely faster line than all the others.
Okay, because I have heard, out there throughout the conversations and stuff like that, that people were actually kind of disappointed because they were expecting it to drive like Eldora, with the mud and the slinging of the dirt and that kind of thing, and getting around, on the dirt. And guys were actually kind of disappointed.
I think a lot of that has to do with the design of the next-gen car. With the independent rear suspension, I don't know how in-depth Motorsports game got with this car at Bristol, or for Bristol Dirt, but it just, it just, it's same but different, like it without that sway bar and with the independent rear suspension, it does, honestly, it feels more lifelike, like I would expect it personally.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably because just the way that, in general, the next-gen cars just feel a lot tighter than the other cars. A lot more stable, but they're just a lot tighter at just about every track.
And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, just what you can change to make it, as loose as you want to be, or finding where that fine line between being on the edge and being spun around and backing yourself into the wall is. And it's just, I'm having a lot of fun with the car, and I just can't wait to get the season started next week.
Yes, sir.
Well,
yeah, absolutely. I'm getting excited for it. It's definitely going to be fun. It's definitely going to be a challenge to be on the braking edge, comfortable. You guys know how I am and how I like my setups. I'm going to be on that driving edge.
Yeah, you like your stuff undrivable.
Pretty much.
That's awesome, guys.
And last, I just say this much: if you ain't fast, I guess you ain't gonna be towards the front.
And see, that's a good thing. Like last season, we did have teams, and me and Harvick was actually on teams, and we would share setups and stuff. And on the track, a lot of times we'd be side by side, but just such difference in setups between. Because I like my car a little tighter. He likes his sideways.
Yeah, I'm the same. I set mine up, a little bit more on the snug side. I'm the same. I kind of like it being on the little snug side myself.
Yeah.
But guys, I'm really excited about tuning into the streams at and tuning in and watching you guys. You guys got to keep me posted, and weekly. I want you guys to put me posted weekly so I can kind of run through and stuff like that. I want to thank you guys all for coming on, man. Happy, Harvick, and Canute, all from Gearhead Racing Series. They race. They got their new season starting up. You said on the 13th. Is that right? The 13th.
That's correct. Practice will be up first. I'm going to have 2 sessions, and then shortly after 9 o'clock, we'll get a qualifying lobby set up, and then we will get into it no later than 9:30 for the race.
Okay, and you guys said it. Happy, you said you have 20 guys now for the Cup sliders. Is that filled up? Is it the full roster for Cup now?
Yes, originally it was going to be 16, but as I said, we just had so many people, us trying to rebuild, I didn't feel right trying to turn anybody away, so we expanded it to 20. And, I mean, if it works out, we don't have issues with it, and, I mean, we may go to 24. You don't know.
Never know.
I don't want to turn people away, but then again, I don't want to kill the experience for everybody else either. So
right.
We'll find that magic number.
Right.
And just kind of play it by ear.
Well, I mean, especially, I mean, I mean, hey, you play around with it, and you know how it goes. I mean, when you start the season and you start the season with a number of guys, and like we were saying, man, life happens to some people, and unfortunately, work schedule changes and stuff like that. So,
Exactly.
yeah, things like that happen. But you do got some slots available for the custom trucks that will be running on Friday nights at 9:30, right?
Yes, we
Correct.
have at least 9, maybe 10 spots available. I think is either 10 or 11 drivers. I'd have to look back in
I
there
think I
again.
think we got 11 drivers for the custom.
I think it's actually
Yeah.
10 because Biker had
Is
to
it
make
10?
he had to change plans. So he's running sliders now, and so I think it's actually 10 drivers in the Cup. So that would leave us with 10 open seats.
Okay, now for guys that are gonna be tuning in and stuff like that, and I mean, cause custom trucks, man, those are, like I said, man, those are so much fun. They are such a blast. I love riding in custom trucks and so much, and so many other people do. So guys that tune in and hear it and are interested in joining the Gearhead Racing Series truck series, who can they contact to get in on that?
They can look up our Facebook page, Gearhead Racing Series. They can message Ray Graham. They can message Robert Jackson on Facebook. There's multiple ways to get in touch with us. We're always putting stuff out in the different heat chats and stuff like that. You're always welcome to comment on one of them. We'll get you in on our Facebook and see if we can put you in a ride or something if we got spots for.
And also, anybody out there, you can always contact me, and I will make sure to get you in touch with one of these gentlemen. If anybody is interested in joining the Gearhead Racing Series, starting out in the trucks, and you're not sure, you can always just send me a message, put a message. I'll make sure that you get to these guys and get to the right people so you can get in on that. Because, damn, man, I'm telling you right now, if something happens to where it doesn't work out, with my ride over at Cobra on Friday nights. I'm gonna be getting in on that. I can promise you that right now. And like I said, kicking myself. I'm kicking
All you gotta do
myself.
is holler at me.
I was like,
That's all you gotta do
daggone.
is holler, buddy, and
I was like,
you always got a place here.
daggone. You guys couldn't announce that a week earlier. I was like, son of a gun. And man, we're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna see what happens. But like I said, I want to thank you guys all for coming on the show. We're gonna get you guys back when Drip's not on vacation. We're gonna get you guys back on the show in the next few weeks, so we can get you guys, after your season starts on the 13th. We're gonna, catch up with you guys, man. Check in with you guys, see what's going on. Especially, Drip will be back, and we're gonna see you guys again, man. I can promise you that.
Oh,
All
absolutely.
right. Well, remember, if you
Thank
decide
you
to
for
join,
having
we've
us.
already started. I'm going to talk to Harvard, but we're going to allow points for people that join after the season. That way, you're not joining
So they're
and just
not
kind of
behind.
left out. There'll be a couple stipulations, obviously, where you'll have to be in points and stuff like that. But we are going to give credit to new people if they've missed races.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome to hear, dude. That's another really good point. Another really good point, because a lot of times that's sometimes kind of people kind of shy away from that. Want to join, mid-season and all that kind of thing. I mean, because guys want to run for that trophy. They want to run for that championship. They want to run. So
Absolutely.
and real quick. So if somebody comes in and mid-season, are you guys going to implement the win and in rule maybe to
Yep, we do have the win and end rule, but the rule is if you come in like mid-season or something like that, like I said, you will be given a certain amount of points, and we'll probably base that off like the average of the last couple guys in points or something like that. Um,
right, right, and probably also
but
like
it,
when they're joining after the first couple races or something. So it's all
yes,
relative to.
yes. So you won't come in with a way behind, but you're not up in front of anybody either. But as far as the win and end stuff, even if you come in late, the only stipulation we're going to have, you're going to have to be, if you win, you're going to have to be at least in the top 12 in points to be playoff eligible.
Uh, I tell you what, man. Like I said, I don't care about points myself, man. I just want to join. I would just join just because it's custom trucks, man. Those things are, like I said, they're just fun. They're just fun.
Yes, I mean, if you come in at middle of the season, we set you at that certain amount of points that we all agree on, and you come in and you win and you get yourself in the top 12 in points, you'll be in the playoffs.
Uh, that's like I said, man. I'm gonna be tuning into all you guys, and Gearhead Racing Series, formerly of Hammer Down Racing Series, now Gearhead Racing Series, starting a whole new thing, and with this next gen package and everything. Like I said, man, tune into these guys. They're gonna be around. The Cup Sliders every Thursday night at 9:30, and the Custom Trucks every Friday night at 9:30. Guys, I want to thank you all jumping in, taking your guys' time tonight, and jumping in here and talking with me a little bit, and filling me in on Gearhead, man. So I really want to appreciate all you guys and taking your time and jumping in with me tonight.
Thank you for having us, man.
Absolutely.
What you're
Thank you for
doing here
having
is
us,
going to
Shady.
be good for all the leagues and everything, so we really appreciate
Absolutely.
being one of your guests.
And I really believe that you are truly putting out quality product here, Shady. So
Absolutely,
props to
Shady.
you and Bry. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, and like I said, I got to give credit to Drip, really. I mean, like I said, I was talking about it last week, and I was thinking about it for a while now. I'm like, man, that would be fun, kind of do something, kind of talk about these leagues and kind of tie everybody together. And I'm not the technical guy, and then all of a sudden, Drip messaged me, almost kind of out of the blue, and he's like, dude, why don't we do a show and do this? And I'm like, all right. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
I think with this will actually bring a lot of the leagues more together instead of being the more competitive, saying, "Oh, my league's better than yours." This will kind of help make a bigger community, I think. So.
right, and honestly, that's what this show was kind of based on and kind of about, because, like I was telling, I talk to a lot of owners within the community, a lot of guys around the community itself, and like I was telling some guys and telling some owners, I'm like, you want to be a friendly league. And what I
Yep.
mean by being a friendly league is when you have a broadcast, or if you have the people that are watching your races, watching your broadcast, watching your streams, are drivers from other leagues.
Yep.
Within the community. So I mean, you want to be that friendly league and support one another, support the community, and kind of tie all that together, man. So that's what that was. When Drip and I came together, that's what we kind of based off of. And that's why I'm going to jump into the last segment here that I call Around the Leagues. So like I said, I want to thank you guys all for jumping on in tonight. Definitely going to have you guys back, and good luck with the new season coming up July 13th for Gearhead Racing Series, man. I'll be tuned in to you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Appreciate it, Shady. Absolutely. It's definitely going to be a fun season. Definitely, hopefully, we'll get everything situated. We'll definitely have a Gearhead Racing season hopefully soon.
Don't
Definitely,
forget,
man.
for the truck spot, Gearhead's got one open.
Like I said, that might be taken up on that. We're gonna see what happens down down the road. Like I said, that might be kind of an offer I might not want to fuse. But like I said, I got put on a team, and if I don't want to let anybody down. But if there's a trade or something like that, who knows? Anything can freaking happen, man. But
You
yeah,
never know.
yeah, you never.
If something does, hit me up.
You certainly, I certainly will, man, because that might be something I just might not be able to refuse, because that's just a whole lot of fun.
And it goes for anybody else out there listening, too. We got about 10 spots.
All right.
Yep.
We're taking drivers. Going to be a good season.
It'll
And
be
that's
an awesome season.
yep.
All right, man.
So
Thanks for having us.
thank
Thanks
you
for having
guys.
us, Shady. I appreciate it, brother.
You guys have a wonderful night, and you guys have a very safe 4th of July tomorrow night.
You as well.
My brother.
Good
no
night, bye.
promises.
Oh, that Canute, man. I tell you what are we going to do with that guy? All right, guys, we're going to go around now and go around the leagues. And what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of make a run through each night over the past week and some of these leagues that are out here, starting on Sunday nights. Sunday nights, there's a lot of stuff going on Sunday nights. Starting at 6 o'clock, there is the FTR Pro Series starting up. My co-host Drip, he is in that the FTR Full Throttle Racing League, run by Billy Holcomb. The new season is starting up next week. The Pro Series, they'll be running their Daytona 500 on Sunday, starting at 6 p.m. So I mean that's going to be a blast, and their broadcast is the FTR Racing League YouTube. Billy Holcomb broadcast that. It's every Sunday night starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. The FTR Pro Series kicks things off early in the evening, and then after that, I hope everybody's been tuning in to FRR, the Front Row Racing League, as yours truly, am the voice of FRR Racing. And I tell you what, guys, man, if you haven't been tuning into FRR, man, that's been a heck of a league. Things are getting ramped up within that league. Last week, this past Sunday, we had a heck of an interesting race at Canadian Tire. Death Before Dishonor got his first win in dramatic fashion in that league the other night at Canadian Tire. Typical, everybody been knowing Typical. He won the pole for that bash, man. Typical, one of the fastest guys in this league. He's been battling with the points with Favre and Flash and some of them other guys. I get that broadcast going on, kicking off about 8:45, 9 o'clock with the FRR. So guys, tune into that, to the Front Row Racing League after the FTR guys run the FTR Pro Series at 6. Tune in to the FRR at 9 p.m. at the Front Row Racing League YouTube channel, and then also. Right before that, guys, there's also another league called the Adrenaline Racing League. And the Adrenaline Racing League, owned by a good buddy of mine, Bailey Burr, his PSN is Winston Racing 96. And he runs the Adrenaline Racing League. They are a slider league running 50%. And they also have a truck and Xfinity leagues also at 5 on Friday nights at 9 p.m. So their truck and Xfinity runs Friday night at 9 p.m. and their Cup Slider Series starts at 8:15, and that's the Adrenaline Racing League on Sunday as well. And then late night, and I'm talking about late night, and that's the name I think of the league, Late Night Racing Series, LNR. These guys kick off at midnight Eastern time. They have the Xfinity sliders going on. A couple of my good friends are in that. Old Johnny Boy, a good friend of mine. Hick Ross from FRR, he's also in that. And also another good friend of mine, Timmy Racing, the voice of Phantom Racing League, also runs that. I don't know how in the heck those guys stay awake that late. My bedtime, it's almost my bedtime right now. I don't know how them guys are staying awake till midnight every Sunday night. But those guys run midnight Eastern, and they're, like I said, they run Xfinity sliders every Sunday night, or I guess you call it Monday morning, I guess you call it, because it's 12 midnight, but Sunday night, especially if you're on the West Coast. And speaking of coast, the word coast, on Mondays, there is a new league coming out that is run by Late Night Racing, and the league owner is Raider Mike. And he owns the Late Night Racing at 12 o'clock midnight every Sundays. But he's also got a new league starting up on July 17th called Coast to Coast Racing Series. And that is it's going to be a next-gen slider league. That's going to start at 9 p.m. every Monday night with 50% length and 4X wear. So that's going to be a little interesting. Throws a little bit of a wrench into that one. So it's going to be a 4X wear, 9 p.m. Eastern, 50% length, and that's going to start on July 17th. So that's going to start in 2 weeks from tonight. In 2 weeks from tonight, July 17th at 9 p.m. is going to be the Coast to Coast Racing League. And that, like I said, that's owned and operated by Raider Mike. That is his PSN, and the PSN itself is LNR-Raider_Mike. So you have any questions on that league, you can always, like I said, you can hit me up, send me a message, and I'll get you in touch with Raider Mike and get you part of that as well. And also in any of these leagues, there Adrenaline Racing that runs Sunday at 8:15. Any of these leagues that fit your time schedule that you guys might be interested in, hit me up, send me a message. I'll make sure that you get in touch with the right person or right personnel regarding those leagues. Moving on to Tuesday night. Tuesday night, my got to be one of my favorite night of the week, and that is because FTR, the Pro Am series, the league, my home league that I run in, FTR Pro Am series kicks off and runs at 8 p.m. Eastern. Once again, your FTR Racing League YouTube channel. I will be starting our Daytona 500 next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow night. We'll be kicking off the season at Daytona for the FTR Pro Am series, and like I said, I'll be running in that and that's basically my home primary series. So that I know I think that might be full, but anybody might be interested. I can get you in touch with Billy if there's any interest there as well. Also on Tuesday night is the Ruthless Racing Series, Ruthless Racing League. This is owned by Hollywood, probably one of the biggest up and coming leagues that has really kind of taken the community by storm. Really, they run Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Their Ruthless Racing has their Pro Am series start every Tuesday night, and they kick off at like 8:45, 9 o'clock. They have their YouTube, Ruthless Racing YouTube channel, where they have their broadcasts there every Tuesday night and Thursday night. Good buddy of mine, and well known around the community, B New Stu, good friend of mine, good buddy. He does the broadcast every Thursday night for Ruthless Racing, but they have their Pro Am series every Tuesday at 8:45, 9 o'clock. Also on Tuesdays, the Misfits Racing League, another MRL, Misfits Racing League. They run their Cup series every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. This is very, very interesting as they have it set up. The Cup series is only at 25%, also 4X, and no stages and no damage. It's very, very interesting how Misfits has their league set up as their Cup runs their 25% league, 4X, no stages, and no damage every Tuesday night. And Misfits also runs an Xfinity series every Wednesday night, also at 8:30 p.m. They run a 50% length, 4X, and no damage there for their Xfinity every Wednesday night. And then they have a Thursday night league, which is their trucks. The Misfits Racing League trucks runs every Thursday at 8:30, 50%, 4X, and no damage there. All Misfits leagues are sliders. They're all sliders as well over at Misfits, running every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So anybody has any interest in their time schedule to possibly run for Misfits sliders, their Cup is Tuesday, Xfinity Wednesday, and truck is on Thursday. Moving on, let's go to Wednesday night. And Wednesday night, the big heavyweights start to come out of the woodwork, and that is the FTR Elite Series. And the FTR Elite Series takes stage at 8 p.m. Eastern. This is Billy Holcomb, typical, all kinds, Dark Knight and running in this thing. They kick off their Daytona and the start of their new season at Daytona next Wednesday, a week from this Wednesday. So next Wednesday, the FTR Elite Series will be kicking off, and they have their broadcast by the voice of FTR, and that's my good buddy Big Rig 634. He has the YouTube broadcast going on his channel, Big Rig 634 Racing, and he has a broadcast going with a really good buddy of mine, Lugnut. We all love the Lugnut. He one loose nut Lugnut, good friend around everybody. Everybody loves Lugnut, and also B Dozer Bubba. His YouTube is Hardcore Bubba, but his PSN is B Dozer Bubba. And I tell you what, those three guys put on, I mean, an absolute awesome broadcast, man. They keep you laughing, and I mean, like I said, the FTR Elite Series, they are some heavy weights and some heavy duty names. I mean, they're talking. It's Billy Holcomb, like I said, Billy Holcomb, typical Hollywood, Street Machine, Dark Knight. I mean, that league is loaded, really loaded. And like I said, they run every Wednesdays at 8 p.m. On Thursday night, every Thursday night is a league that I had to jump in the booth, and I wish, and we'll be talking about this a little bit more next week when the champion, the winner of the bash, it's your bro Chase. He'll be back with us next Monday. He had some technical difficulties. So he will be on the show next week. But he has gone 2 for 2 in the Phantom Racing League. He won the other night. This past Thursday night, he won and beating out Mike Bross, Mike RPM. Just barely beat him out. Gave him a little bit of a and it was awesome, man. You got to check Phantom Racing Series on the YouTube. A really good friend of mine, Timmy Racer, is the voice of Phantom. I had to get in the booth for that for the past 2 weeks. They were missing a few guys this past week for the holiday weekend coming up, but Bro Chase and Mike Bross, they went head to head this past Thursday at Chicagoland and came down to a last second pass, and Bro Chase won that thing. So he's now 2 for 2. He came on his first races at Dover, won that, and last week goes to Chicago, wins that, and this Thursday Phantom will be at Indianapolis. Now it's going to get real interesting because Bro Chase did say in his interview last Thursday that he, out of all the years that he's been racing on Heat 5, he has never raced Cup at Indianapolis on the oval, the big oval, Indianapolis. So he's got to build. He said he's got to build a brand new race car for Indianapolis. So we're going to see if he's able to go 3 for 3 at Indianapolis this Thursday night at 9:05, not 9 o'clock, 9:05, as I was corrected by Elvin Priest, good buddy, the owner there at Phantom. And talk about some heavy hitters over there. They got some of the biggest names, like I said, Bro Chase, Mike Bross, Showtime Flash is also in that 9mm, Black Cross, Nomad. I mean, the list goes on and on over there. The Phantom, they run Thursday nights at 9:05. It's going to be that's been some dynamite racing. So you have FTR Elite on Wednesdays at 8, and then on Thursdays at 9:05 you got Phantom. Those are the two. I'm talking about the biggest and the best on NASCAR Heat 5 as far as Cup after the FRR guys kick off the week on every Sunday night, which you better be tuning into that because myself and good buddy B Nizzy, he and I broadcast the FRR guys kicking off the week every Sunday. So you guys want to tune in for that. And then on Friday, as we start to close out the week, every Friday. Now, also on Thursday, as we just had the guys from Gearhead, they will be starting their Cup sliders on next week. Will be running their Cup sliders at 9:30. So check them out as well. I want to thank those guys again for coming on earlier on the show. But they start their new season on Thursday. They'll be running at 9:30 as well. And then on Friday, the probably one of the biggest leagues as far as some of the best slider guys, and that is Cobra Racing Series that I got lucky and got drafted to be a part of. Now, anybody who's been paying attention, who's followed Cobra or has been a part of Cobra and watches the Cobra Racing League, we have just started. Basically restarted a season this past Friday at Daytona with the Next Gen Cup cars. They run the A series and a B series. The A series starts at I believe 7:30 on the Cobra Racing YouTube channel, followed by the B series, and they get kicked off right after the A series about I think it's about 9:30, and I tell you what, that was some really fun racing. That was my first test in the next gen car there over at Cobra on Friday. So they have the A guys and the sliders on every Friday kicking the night off at 7:30. So you guys want to tune in for that, because that is some dynamite slider racing with those guys over there. And then, man, let's see. I think that's there's so many more, man. There's so many more. There's a lot of different leagues. I try we want to try to, as I go around the leagues here in this little segment, try to get everybody, as well as Kill Switch. And I wanted to save Kill Switch for last, because next week I'm going to have the Kill Switch owners and the champion, as their championship comes this Saturday at Homestead. Kill Switch has their championship race this Saturday. I had to save them for last day. Of course, they come on Saturday, so the way it works, as I go throughout the week, every Saturday night, the Kill Switch guys will kick it off. This week is the championship, and I mean things are really coming down to the end. They are in the final four, and the final four, as they just had Martinsville this past week. Bam Bam Twitch, pretty much from what I understand, he dominated Martinsville this past Saturday night, as he swept the stages, and a good old buddy of mine, Frankenstein, sneaked into the final four into the championship. So your final four for Kill Switch is going to be Jinx, Bird, Sniper, and Frank. Those are your final four going into Homestead this Saturday night on Kill Switch. Like I said, we're going to have those guys next Monday night onto the show, as they have, after this championship race, they have a new season that's going to be starting up. It's going to be a blast. There's a lot to talk about with Kill Switch. Just kind of breaking news with Kill Switch. They got a lot of stuff that's going to be happening over at the Kill Switch Racing League this Saturday night. You guys want to tune in for that. This is a championship race, man, and these guys have been beating doors, trading paint. We're going to find out who the champion is, and we're going to have that champion next Monday night come on with the owners of Kill Switch. Man, I can't wait for this Saturday. I can't wait for Saturday and tune in for them guys. You guys want to tune in for Kill Switch, man? This is going to be bad, man. So Saturday night, you guys got this. They're going to be at Homestead. And like I said, Jinx, Bird, Sniper, and Frank. Those four guys are going to be banging and beating for that trophy, for some hardware. You guys want to tune in for that. Like I said, that's the Kill Switch Racing League YouTube channel. I'll be tuned in for that. I'll be watching right from the beginning. That's going to be a blast. Like I said, man, we're going to have them guys on next Monday. So you guys want to tune in next Monday, as we're going to have those Kill Switch guys come on next Monday. And we got a lot to talk about. Got a whole new season coming up, a whole new format. It's going to be awesome. These guys are getting better. I mean, wait till you hear some of these names. I mean, they got some heavy hitters that are joining up in Kill Switch, man. This league, one of the premier leagues. I tell you what, man, I'm jumping in on this. This league has been so fun to watch this season and so competitive that I had to message a good friend of mine, Niner Dan, and I had to say, dude, when I heard about the new season that's getting ready to start up and they're getting ready to have a draft for Kill Switch, so their new draft is getting ready to start for this new season. I said, dude, I got to get into this. So they're gonna have a slider league or slider series and the custom series. I believe that the slider series will be on Sundays and the custom series will be on Mondays. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to be that. Hold on one second. We're going to let's we got a few minutes. Hold on one second, Jake. Let me get you on in here. Let's talk about this. Let's dive into this real quick. Hold on one second. Let me get you on in here. Give me 1 second, folks. Let's talk about this real quick. Let's have a preview for next week. And talk with one of these guys. Get on in here. Get on here in here. Let's talk about this real quick. We got a few minutes, and get them on in here. Just send them the invite, and let's talk. Let's see if we can talk a few minutes about Kill Switch. Kind of a preview, because this stuff is this is the biggest thing going on this week on Saturday night with this championship. So let's see if you can. I just sent the invite to Jenks. There he is. What's up?
What's up, Shady?
What's going on, my man?
What's up?
Ain't nothing, man. Just kind of tuned. I guess we're doing around the leagues and stuff like that. And got to Saturdays and had basically saving the best for last. Kind of hitting on you guys over at Kill Switch, man. And got word that you are going to be running for a championship this Saturday night.
I am going to be running for a championship, as well as Sniper and Frank and Bird. And
man, when I heard that Frank sneaked in, that Frank snuck in on.
Frank did not sneak in. Frank earned his way in. He did not sneak.
Well, yeah, I mean, trust me, man. If you get into the Final Four at Kill Switch, you freaking earned it. I mean, hands down.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way he was able to do it, coming in, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you get in a top 10 at Kill Switch, you freaking earned it. I'm telling you that right now. You guys have put on some, I mean, amazing racing this past season, dude. Absolutely amazing.
This is good. And, next season is going to be a million times better. Too Good and Bird, and with the help of me and Niner Dan the Sniper, this league is about to blow up like nobody's business. I mean, we're not only having a draft race for customs, we're having a draft race for sliders.
Wow, man. Wow, this is going to be a blast, man. And like I said, we're going to have all you guys on, I mean, next Monday night, and we're going to be getting into all of it. We're going to be talking about all of it. We're going to be, if you talking to the champion, so you got to get that hardware, man. Get you back up in here next Monday night, dude.
I'll tell you what, though, you talking about sneaking in with Frank? Frank's the man to beat at Homestead.
You put it out there. I mean, come on now. You're pretty tough at Homestead too, and I mean,
I am. But Frank is the man to beat.
You got a tune there, man, and I mean, you all got it. I mean, you're gonna be all you guys. I mean, Frank has been one of the most consistent drivers way back since I first met him a couple years ago, man. And the way he just drives, man, I mean, but all you guys, man, I mean, I've raced with you guys. I can't race with you guys again next season, but racing with you guys, man, all of you guys, it doesn't matter which track you guys are at. You guys are all, man, I mean, super, super competitive. Probably one of the most competitive racing leagues out there, man. Got definitely a premier league.
Oh, you can win the race on lap 3. That's how we feel it. We don't wreck and we don't cause cautions like that, but we race like you can win that race every lap.
Well, Man, like I said, man, I'll be tuned in. And what time is everything getting kicked off on Saturday night?
So Saturday is going to be qualifying is going to be at 9:30. That
9:30.
will not be broadcasted, but
Right.
the live broadcast will probably start around like 9:40
Okay.
with Jake Paul. Jake Dameron, Paul Gonzalez are the voices of Killswitch.
They have done
And
an
then
awesome job this season, by the way.
they
Awesome
have,
job.
and then we will start that sucker off about 9:45, maybe 9:50, because we got to get the guys who have joined in racing the race but are not points eligible, so they join in after qualifying. And it's just going to be a fun race, man. I mean, everybody we brought into this playoffs have raced hard, but they've respected the fact that they don't race for playoff points. And when they get next to a playoff driver, they have been the utmost respectful as not going to push the issue, not going to drive it that hard. Even if they know they're faster, they don't care. That's a points guy, that's a playoff guy, not touching it.
Well, you guys also, I mean, like so many of these other leagues, it doesn't matter whether FTR, FRR, Cobra, Phantom, I mean, all these other leagues, you guys, I mean, I don't know if there's many rookies or first time guys, but pretty much you guys are all veterans. You guys are all experienced. You guys have been racing for, I mean, season upon season, a couple for the past several years. It's not your first rodeo. You guys have been racing together for a long time, and I mean, you guys are veterans. And when you guys get together, man, on that track, the level of competition, man. Like I said, I've been tuned in all season, dude, and it has just been amazing. And being the veterans, man, I mean, there's not making those quote unquote rookie mistakes. I mean, it is top notch. I mean, heavyweight. Heavyweight type fight. Type of racing, man. And I love it, dude. And like I said, man, it's you guys just have it going on over. You guys have had it going on over there. Can't wait for you guys to bring you guys over on the show next Thursday night. Like I said, Drip will be back. He's on vacation tonight. He'll be back next week. We're going to be getting into you guys, man. And good luck on Saturday night and win that trophy, brother.
I'm working on it, man. I'm going to try. I'm putting in some work next couple of days. Going to do what I can. But everybody tune in to Killswitch. We'll put the YouTube out there. Everybody just go on Killswitch Racing Series on Facebook, and we'll put the live broadcast out there. It's going to be fun. I mean, this is our third race now in the next gens, and we've been noticing some differences. And Frank has been clean cut, the better at adjusting to the next gen. So I don't want to have to put him in the wall, but I love Frank to death, and I'm going to meet him at Talladega. So a bunch of us Killswitch guys are meeting at Talladega in end of September. So I don't want to have to put that man in the wall to win a championship, but if I have to, he might have to kiss some wall.
Hey, when it comes for a championship, like I saw at Phantom the other night, a friendly bump and run. Hey, when you're racing for hardware, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It ain't always friendly, but it's clean.
You got that right. And Sniper, man, you gotta. We're gonna see you next week too, man. You're gonna be on here next week. Sniper's been chiming in.
Sniper's at a disadvantage. It's one Toyota versus three Fords.
Ooh, a Toyota, and where's the bow ties at? Where the bow ties?
The bow ties are they're not there because the Fords are where the victory lane is.
Yeah, I know the Ford and the double deuce there, so I know about that deuce and and what that's all about, brother.
Mm-hmm. But Shady, it's been fun. I might join in Monday as well.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get a bunch of you guys up in here, man. We're gonna have a blast, and gonna be talking a lot. Like I said, guys, anybody's tuning in that at the end here, it's your bro Chase. We're gonna split the show next week. It's your bro Chase was supposed to be on tonight, the winner of that Independence Day bash. He had some technical difficulties with the mic and everything, so he's gonna come on next Monday night. We're gonna kind of split it in half. Because I definitely want to have him come on, and he's got his bragging rights for winning the bash. And then we're going to have your champion who's going to win that hardware this Saturday night. Bring them on, have him talk about, have him have his bragging rights. And then we're going to talk to you guys about the new Kill Switch season, the format, the structure, everything that's going on, man. It's going to be a blast. So you guys got to tune in next Monday night at 8 o'clock. Drip will be back from vacation. Hopefully he gets himself a little bit of aloe and kind of
definitely got himself some sun.
Yeah, from what I heard, yeah, from what I heard, he needs a little bit of aloe and recuperate himself a little bit up, maybe. So, but want to thank everybody for tuning on in and who be tuning in this week. We try to just do this show. For everybody kind of tune in, have some fun. Thanks for jumping up in here, Jinx. I'm glad you get.
Yeah, man.
I saw you come on there, so kind of give a little preload, a little preview for Kill Switch and the championship race this Saturday night. And like I said, man, we're gonna have all you guys next Monday night. So guys, tune in all these races throughout the week. It's gonna be a blast. Some of the other leagues that are out there that I didn't mention. Please forgive me. I'm trying to get everybody in here with the time schedule. We're gonna be talking so many as the weeks go on. We got a large schedule of many leagues and all kinds of all these owners and stuff. We're gonna get everybody on. So please message me about your league and stuff like that. I'll guys get you out there in some of the leagues I wasn't able to talk about tonight. But want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. And like I said, tune in next Monday because it's really going to be one hell of a
I'm
show.
I'm jumping over to practice now.
All
Good
right,
show.
man. Thanks,
Glad to
brother.
be on there.
Good luck Saturday night, man. And like I said, man, I want to thank everybody jumping on in, man, and tuning on in. And we're going to see everybody next Monday night. Like I said, It's Your Bro Chase will be back on, and we're going to have the champion for Kill Switch, all them guys, man, and we're going to be talking all kinds of stuff, and Drip will be back. So I want to thank everybody again. Everybody, please have a very safe 4th of July tomorrow night. Be safe, have fun. That's the number one important thing. And we will see everybody next Monday night at 8 p.m. Thank you very much, everybody. You all have a wonderful night, and see you next week.